Question for Anderson. Just wondering if you could explain your thought process between the first and second rounds. Obviously, you had Rich in a lot of trouble at the end of the first round. Do you kind of, is there a sense of urgency to finish him at the beginning of the round, or do you kind of have to look into his eyes and see, you know, where he is before you attack?
Estava preocupado com o meu treinador de Muay Thai, que ele estava passando mal no corner ali, estava preocupado com ele.
He said, I was worried about my Muay Thai trainer because it looked like he was worried and was getting sick in the corner. So actually, I was thinking about him.
Sério? Verdade.
He says, I'm being serious. It's true.
Anderson, you were extremely relaxed during the walk-in. Is that part of the reason for your success, or how do you get so relaxed?
Eu acho que isso é parte de um trabalho que eu venho fazendo há muito tempo. Antes de eu pensar em lutar, eu sempre sonhei em lutar aqui no UFC. Antes de eu imaginar que eu ia ser lutador um dia profissional, eu já via grandes lutadores lutando no UFC como Royce, enfim. E eu sempre brincava em casa, então eu acho que para mim foi uma coisa muito gratificante. Então é parte do trabalho e eu estou muito feliz.
He says that just comes basically from doing what I do for a long time. He says even before I became a fighter, watching the UFC, I always dreamed of fighting in the UFC. So I had plenty of times to practice my walk-in, and I just came in and just did what I do.
Dana, there seems to be like when a lot of the big fights happen, that's where more of the rematches happen. Any chance of seeing like Yushin winning today and like Alan Meltzer rematch, something like that happen?
What media outlet are you from?
No.
I'm just busting your balls. Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
There's a lot of
well, I mean, with him winning tonight and then Alan winning, so maybe rematch might be in.
Call me, we'll talk about it.
When did you officially sign Brock Lesnar?
What's that?
When did you sign Brock Lesnar?
Brock Lesnar?
Yeah. When?
2 or 3 days ago.
And how long is the contract for it? You can talk about.
How long's what?
How long is the contract? How many fights?
What'd you say?
How many fights?
How many fights? Yeah.
How many fights? It's a 2-year deal. Is that it?
Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban.
What are your thoughts on him, and can he be a viable contender against the
You know, obviously Mark Cuban's a good businessman. You know, he's a rich guy. He better get ready to burn some money. He wants to get into this business. You know, everybody asks every time a new guy starts out, is this guy going to be a viable contender for you guys and things like that? It takes so much time and so much money to get something like this going, and people don't realize what it really takes. I love the fact that guys like that keep getting into the business. We need more guys like them coming in, spending their money. These younger guys make money, they get fights under their belts. You know, is somebody going to come and compete with us? I don't know. I mean, I think there's enough out there for everybody. I know this, Mark Cuban's going to burn some cash. Get ready to burn some cash, buddy.
Alvin, you fought George Segel tonight in his hometown. How much pressure was on you coming into his hometown and fighting him?
There wasn't much pressure. Just competing like in wrestling is the same thing going to, an opponent's hometown. It was exciting to come over here and get booed, silence the crowd. It's a good feeling.
Dana, was any word on Caleb Stone? That was a pretty ugly gash he had.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he just went and got stitches, but he's okay. They, the cut was bad, but I've seen worse. I've seen worse than that. It didn't seem to be effective in that fight, as far as I was concerned. But I'm not a doctor. Who am I?
Question for Tim. I was just wondering did your body physically react the way you thought it would tonight your first time back?
I was a little sluggish the first round, and obviously the second round, but I came alive in the third. The long layoff, and my last fight, my performance was absolutely horrible. So I'm glad I get this win out of the way, and looking forward to the next one, really.
Any other questions? What's that? Yeah, we're going to do more fights next year in the UK, obviously, in our next, we want to go to Canada this next year. We want to go to Mexico, and we want to go to Germany. Those are the three we're working on for next year.
Dana, Jason from New York, you got an inside scoop on the New York legislation passing a bill allowing mixed martial arts there?
Yeah, we're working on it. I guarantee we'll get it done soon. Hopefully by 2009.
Tim, I just wanted to ask you about letting your hands go. It seemed like whenever you let your hands go, it was much more your way. And when you kind of were tentative on that, Brandon had some moments. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I don't know. Mental block, I guess. I just when I do let my hands go, there doesn't seem to be anybody in the heavyweight division that can hang with me. I just, it comes with experience and room, and things just not going the way I want them to go. It's just part of fighting, You gotta have, there was some small things wrong with me going in this fight, but I still, performed halfway well. But I really can't answer that for you. If I could,
Did you feel you were hurting him on the punches that you did hit him with?
Oh, I felt like I was hurting him. I saw him stagger a few times. Decided to incorporate the elbows real well, which we worked on for this fight because we knew we were going to be in close. We wanted to close the distance just enough to, take away his kicks, but use my uppercuts and elbows, and we worked him fairly well. He was a little bit better in the clinch and the over and under the Greco ties than I thought he was going to be. But I came away with a victory, and that's the main thing.
Any last questions?
One more question, guys.
Dana, do you think Sylvia, can get himself back up to that level at the top where he once was, given what's happened over the last year?
Yeah, well, tonight was one of those fights where these guys, either whoever won that fight was going to, be considered the top 2 or 3, in that division. And, well, obviously it's Tim Sylvia and Nogueira now.
With people booing him the way they do, is that, from the standpoint, at least makes him an attraction where people come out to see him lose? Do you like, you have people have emotion about a guy one way or the other, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, yeah.
You have a date for that fight? You have a date for that fight?
I don't. People are either going to love you or hate you, People are either going to turn the TV on to see you win or get knocked out. I mean, either way.
Well, isn't the worst thing they don't care about you one way or the other?
Yeah, exactly. It's worse if they don't care what. If they're not booing or cheering, that sucks. Thank you all very much. I really appreciate all your support.